Hey, hold on now. Hey YouTube, what's going on? Thought you caught me on the shitter just then, didn't you? Not really, not doing anything. It's the only place I can set everything up to get the angle, the camera angle that I need in this little bitty bathroom. I'm trying to finish up this wainscot, and I thought I would show you how I'm doing that. It's pretty easy, not a lot to it. Takes a lot of time though when you got a lot of stuff to work around like these windows and so on. But I've saved one section of the wall that's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot to work around, and I thought I'd just show you how I'm doing it. So let me change the camera around and I'll show you what we're going to work on. We're going to work on this section of wall. It's about a 4-foot section. The only thing that we're going to have to go around as it works out, this doggone outlet is right there in the way, right in the daggone place where I need to lay out our stiles. So what we'll do is we'll have a short stile and we'll put a profile on it. It'll go up to the edge of the outlet, and then there'll be one coming down on it. We're putting this up pretty high. It'll be about 58 inches. And the way we're doing that, we're starting on the bottom, on the base, with a 1x6, which is 5.5 inches. And then at the top, we're using 1x4. And the stiles are 1x3s. So the way the layout's going to work on this section of wall, you want to try to keep all your sections kind of in symmetry. So we'll have a stile here, then 15 inches, 15 inches, and 15 inches. We have kind of a special condition over here. Tiling this shower came as an afterthought to me, so got a little bit of a jacked up little problem right here because there's nothing really for this wainscot panel to die into. It's alright, I got it figured out. I want to cut a piece of molding, put a profile on it, cover it up, you'll never notice there, so I'm not too freaked out by it. The top, this is pretty high like I said, and the reason is because I'm going to put a shelf on the top and put a round profile on the nose of it, and it'll add a little bit of character, look pretty cool. The rest of it I think looks pretty cool. So we're going to start, first thing we did was prepare the wall, and I painted up with the white that I've been using on the trim, and I painted it up to where, you know, it'll be two different distinct colors once the wainscot is up. And now what we're going to do, if you've watched any of my other videos, you should know we're going to build a face frame and use pocket holes, use the Craig pocket hole jig, and build a frame, put it all together, paint it, and I should be able to come up here and just attach it. Now, the way this is laying out, these stiles in the middle, I won't have a stud to attach them to, so I'm going to use some adhesive. I'll show you what that is. But it should just lay right into place and glue the adhesive in. I could nail on these corners, so it ought to be really pretty good. So this ought to be a short little video, and we'll go downstairs, start cutting out the pieces and building the face frame. So I got this face frame built. I was just going to kind of show you screwing in these short pieces. This is the piece that will go around the outlet. So go ahead and put that in, or put it together. That one went together good. Let's do this other one. The stiles on this project are 48 inches, so that kept it pretty simple. I was able to buy an 8-foot piece and cut it exactly in half. I lost maybe 1/16 of an inch or something on each side, so it's a little bit shy of 48, but that helped us save on material. So now we have our face frame built. I also had some pieces of boards that were already primed, so a lot of this was already primed. I won't have to do a whole lot on that. So let's take it up there and test fit it, make sure we're looking okay. If we are, we'll sand a little bit and paint. I gotta get one of those wide angle lenses for my camera because I can't capture everything in a small space. But anyway, face frame laid in there really good, as you can see. Of course, it's not attached, but right here is how we address the outlet. Man, it just fell right in the daggone middle, which is kind of aggravating. But it's going to look fine, it's going to look good. What's going to happen once we get it painted and attached, I'll come in here with this little stool and we'll have that in place right there. So I need to go down, go ahead and do a little sanding, and I'm going to paint this. Paint it with the Fuji Mini Mic 4 HVLP, shooting latex out of it this time. So I'll thin the latex down with some Floetrol and a little water, and we'll be ready to nail this up. It's pretty hot outside, so the paint's going to dry pretty quick. So let's go get that done. Okay, we have our frame finished. Turned out really nice. The paint looks good. I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but this is not the kind of wainscot that's going to have you know, beadboard or any kind of raised panel in it. It's basically just a frame, and with the painted background. It's going to look good for the kind of look that I'm trying to get in this bathroom. The way this lays out, one of the challenges we have is our stiles do not fall on any studs, so there's not going to be a nailing surface that we can use. So what we're going to do, of course, we'll be able to nail it along the studs on the top and bottom, and these edges will be able to nail in. But what I'm going to do is use some molding adhesive, and I'll just run it on the inside of the frame, and I'll get a couple of nails in here, you know, to pull it tight. And this stuff sets up in about 15 minutes, so we can make sure that everything is setting up right, adjust it if we need to. But when it dries, it'll be really strong and it's not going to come off. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll go ahead and get some glue on this, or some adhesive. Just kind of running a solid bead all the way across. We want to lay it more toward the middle of the board so that it doesn't squeeze out when we lay it up against the wall. Now we can just go ahead and position it in place. Just give it a push to get it tacked. And then I'll go get the nailer and we will go to town with it with the nailer. This is a barefoot operation because I'm going to be pushing against this to draw it in, and I don't want to get those old cruddy shoes on it. I'm hitting it with a 2-inch 18 gauge nail, and that drew it up real good. We have some gaps in the bottom, but that's not a big deal. We're going to come in with a piece of mold and cover that up. And this is just going to draw it up enough for the glue to do its thing. be careful right here because there's a wire running down that stud. And on here I'm nailing really high so that when I put the shelf on it and a piece of cove or molding or something in here, you won't see those nail holes. That's drawn up pretty good. I have some gaps because this wall is not straight. It has a bow in it. I guess you can blame them damn framers and drywallers, but that would be me. So even though I don't have anything to nail to in here, I'm going to run a couple of these nails in at an angle, and hopefully it'll pull it in enough and hold it long enough for this glue to set up. And then of course we're going to do some caulking through there. Go at an angle, and that pulled it in. That's going to hold it long enough for that glue to dry. So that'll be good. I think we're in good shape. Okay, that's gone up pretty good. You're probably looking at this freaking out about it like I am, but I've got this worked out. I'm going to have a piece of molding that's going to come in here like this and cover that up. This isn't it, but it'll kind of lay in there like that, so it'll be fine. And of course I'm going to have to do something all the way up. Like I said at the beginning of the video, tiling this shower came as an afterthought, so I didn't have everything laid out the way you, I guess, would normally prepare a shower for tile. So it'll be fine. It's going to look good. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and work out this top lip or top shelf, I suppose. I've been using a 1x4 in the other sections of the bathroom, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to trim it down a little bit because I don't want it to get where it interferes with this door opening up. So I need to go ahead and put this door back on and kind of figure out what I'm going to have to do on that, but I am going to have to trim it down. So I can figure all that out, get it trimmed down, and when I come back I'll have it and we'll just lay it on here and I'll show you how we're going to attach it.